Welcome to the Rob and Kale podcast. Rob Sanders.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Kiss my ass.
Kale Carolina Jackpot Hall.
Kiss his ass. Kiss your ass. Happy Hanukkah.
The Rob and Kale podcast.
And welcome into the Rob and Kale podcast. Thanks for joining us this evening. My name is Rob Sanders. I come to you from Columbia, South Carolina. My buddy, Carolina Jackpot, is the #1 Gamecock YouTuber on the planet. Putting out some great content here lately. Jackpot, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I hope you are, and I appreciate the introduction and the kind words. It means a lot. It really does.
There you go. Shout out to the folks already lining up in the chat room, including Brock, Travis, Daddy-O, the Uncle Lou. I mean, he's got to have the in front of it.
Hey, I'm all about competing over here on YouTube right now. So if anybody be kind enough to go over to Big Vol Daddy's channel, and I don't like to take views or subscribers or anything away from anybody, but let everybody know on there the circle jerk that he's doing with Boogie Bentley of the Talking Balls Network, that the Carolina Jackpot and Rob Sanders, Rob and Kale show is live now, so that some of those people can stop watching that visual diarrhea and get on over here and watch something meaningful.
Well, those guys, by the way, they blocked Carolina Jackpot from the channel even after he gave them super chats.
Yeah, well, I was able to comment this time because this was being broadcast on BVD TV, as it is known, supposedly. Not on the Nutless Wonder, the Talking Balls Network, but at any rate, yeah, something like that.
Nick Marshall says, my wife's boyfriend entered the transfer portal today. He said after much thought and prayer, it was what he had to do. He did, however, thank us for the growth and support. By the way, with the phrase, and I'm stealing this from the Mazodcast, by the way, which you should, the Mazodcast is great. Go and listen to the Mazodcast. But Mazodcast, their thing is right now we're in the season of with that being said, because everyone that's entering the transfer portal, they'll say pretty much the same thing. I want to thank God. I want to thank my family. I want to thank the coaching staff. I want to thank the fans and all the growth that I had at insert program here. And then the next line is, with that being said, I'm fucking leaving.
Yeah, I mean, somebody writes all that for these guys. They don't write any of that shit. So,
well, it's funny. It is funny.
It's all scripted. I'm never mind. I'm not gonna hate on anybody, but I mean, if you, he did transfer from us, so it doesn't matter. But if you overheard Gene Bell give a post-game interview, now there are some players that are very articulate and can really, spin a yarn for you. But if you listen to him talk on some of his interviews, man can't hardly string a couple of sentences together. Okay, I don't think he wrote that big long soliloquy, but if anybody believes it, more power to you.
Whatever on that. Anyway, we'll bring that up tonight. We're also going to talk about, it literally is, with that being said, hashtag Mazodcast that came from them. They're on top of it over there. But anyway, also want to talk about the postseason awards and how, my God, Jackpot, there are some pissed off people about that. We'll get into that. And I can't remember what the other thing was, but it'll come to me. Anyway, let's thank our sponsors, Callaway's Bar and Grill. Of course, out in West Columbia, they sponsor the Bowl Challenge now. I will have that form up in the next couple of days. The first picks are on December 16th. You'll have one form with all of the bowl games on it with the current spread that's there. And you pick one time and you see if you can win. All right. Same as before. I will post the link here in just a little bit. $20, just like it was before. I think last year's winner got like $1,700. Nice way to pay off Christmas. All right. So there's that.
Yeah. And speaking of people winning money, Carlos Klein, who won the Callaway's College Football Pick'em Challenge, was sent $2,400 Monday evening. So,
Yep. And
congratulations to him. Somebody's getting new shoes for Christmas.
yeah, and he also got a championship shirt that says that he is the winner of the regular season challenge. So yeah, Big Barney Ross says 1,600 ain't touching this bill. Jay says, Rob, since you don't like sleeves, do you put a skirt on your tree? Poor Jay.
Billy says he already paid. Did you get my money? Yes, I did. I have it. I spent it on lottery tickets, so thank you.
Yeah. How did Billy send you the money? With a crow? The hell? He doesn't have PayPal. He doesn't know what that is.
He does. He actually does. He didn't mail it to me this time, like he said.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, thanks to Callaway's.
Nick
Also,
says that's a badass hat. Yes, thank you. I got it. Badass hats are us.
Yeah, you should have bought two. One to shit in and the other to cover it up with.
Well, I don't like it. I don't shit in my hats. So I shit in the toilet and then I wipe it off with toilet paper and or if I've ate a really large meal and I can't wipe my bahunkus good because my belly's in the way, I get a wet wipe.
Okay, I didn't need to know all that. Anyway, I mean, we're gonna take calls in a moment, but let's thank Dennis Wilson from DNC Trucking and Transport. Fireside Chats with Uncle Jackpot. Jackpot, tell us a story.
All right, let's see what we got here today. Sucks to be a Gamecock. Let's all laugh at my team's fan base that is so happy over a win over Clemson. Clemson will get at least $30 million for playing in the Orange Bowl, which is about 6 times more than my team will get playing in the Gator Bowl. We are not the same. It sucks to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
That message courtesy of Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport. We appreciate Dennis for sponsoring the show. I just think it's his 3rd year doing it, 4th year. I can't remember. Dennis loves the show.
I don't know. He's been rocking it the long way.
All right, so Jackpot, I want to talk a little bit about the awards. There are a lot of Tennessee folks that are upset that Hendon Hooker didn't go get to go to New York for the Heisman Trophy ceremony. Are you in that boat? Do you think that he should have gone?
Well, I mean, as much as I love to troll the Tennessee man and make fun of him, I do. I mean, I think that he had the numbers. He had a great season. He had a great season, and he was on trajectory to have an even better season. I mean, you got to figure he would have thrown for like 300 yards against Vanderbilt. He would have lit it up, probably thrown for 5 touchdowns, ran for another. It's just not right. I mean, if he had gotten injured halfway through the season, I get it. But I mean, he made it through the season. He made it through. But one damn game. I mean, come on. That there.
I'm with you on that. But here's the thing. Why is it that we're not looking at Will Rogers from Mississippi State? He had more completions than Hendon Hooker had attempts. And that's a fact. He completed 386 passes. Hooker attempted 329 passes. Also, he threw for 34 touchdowns to 27 for Hooker, and he was sacked about the same amount of times. So
how many touchdowns did he run for?
Better numbers. I have to look at the running numbers. I don't know what. I have to look and see.
I mean, he played on a crappy team, though. I mean,
well, and that's fair, but Stetson Bennett had better numbers than Hendon Hooker as well. So I don't know. And the whole thing with that is that the Heisman Trophy is a joke. They always give it to a quarterback. They never look at, and they never really look at the defensive side of the ball. It's just funny that the numbers show that as far as passing, Will Rogers was the best in the conference. No one's even talking about that, but not that I'm on the what numbers were better for Will Rogers? Okay, he threw for 7 more touchdowns and he threw for 600 more yards. I know that pisses off the Tennessee fans, but That's facts. Facts don't have feelings. Tennessee fans do. And those facts hurt their feelings. So there's that.
I don't know, Rob. I guess Mississippi State's just is not as sexy of a program as Tennessee.
Oh, is he? Oh, and Sancho says he's talking about Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett threw for 300 more yards than Hendon Hooker did on the season. And yep, he threw for 300 more yards.
They're just not as sexy as Tennessee, I guess. Tennessee is the blonde with the long legs and them double D's, brother. Mississippi State's kind of like, the fat lunch lady with a wart. I don't know. I don't mean that. I mean that's a little bit harsh, but
that's a little bit harsh. Well, look, and I can get behind the comment, the fact
there
that
are girls with double D's and acne. Okay, how about that?
Yeah, I can get with the fact that, hey, they threw for is at Mississippi State, and that's not the same thing. I get that, but here's the other thing too. If you're a Heisman voter and you look at the head-to-head, Bennett won the head-to-head. Doesn't that mean anything? Those two squared off against each other. Bennett had a better game than he did. I guess that doesn't matter. But what do I know? The other thing is Josh Heupel won the SEC Coach of the Year. And, I mean, I guess that's fine. But you can make an argument that Brian Kelly should have at least been in the mix for that. And you got to give Shane Beamer props, too. Shane Beamer also beat Josh Heupel. I guess that doesn't matter. But
yeah,
what do I know? So Brock says with the right lighting, that wart looks cute.
Yeah, with the right alcohol as well.
That's funny. Anyway, look, and here's the thing. I'm sure that when we open the phones in a minute, the Tennessee fans will call up and they'll say things like, what was Chris talking about earlier? How many attempts and blah, blah, blah. I know that you have to worship the Hendon Hooker penis. I'm just giving you an outside perspective. I don't give a shit who wins the Conference Player of the Year. I don't give a shit who wins the Heisman. The Heisman's a fraud. Jackpot did a video on that the other day, and he laid it out perfectly. You should be subscribed to the channel. Go and watch that.
Oh, Papa B down here, he says, guess who comes to Columbia next year to push that doo-doo in for the Gamecocks? Mississippi State. Oh, yeah, because they have such a good history in Columbia. Oh, there we go. Keep on talking that shit. Mike Leach is going to run the score up on y'all.
Mississippi State fans talk shit? I didn't know that.
Apparently they do. Okay. We're not Arizona. I'm sorry.
Anyway.
I'm not going to make fun of them. I mean, we're not. I mean, we have no room to talk. I don't have anything bad to say about them. I really don't. I was wrong talking about the lunch lady thing. I'm sorry.
Let me give Chris Foster credit here. He says Kirby got it from the coaches. Heupel got it from the AP. Look, and you can't really argue with Kirby Smart getting it either. So, I mean, there's that. But I'm in the camp of if you have and I'm not saying that it's easy, but Shane Beamer got 8 wins from that South Carolina team with not as much talent as everybody else. You also have to look at Brian Kelly in his first year at LSU, won the West in his first year. Yeah, they got their dicks handed to them in Atlanta, but they were in Atlanta.
Well, they put some points up in Atlanta too.
So there you go with that.
They put some points up in Atlanta. If they knew the rules of football and the fact that a fucking blocked field goal is a live ball, the score of that game might be what, 43-30? Then, it looks a lot different, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's only, I mean, then you're thinking, well, hell, I'm with you, Jackpot.
Harry Lex say LSU put up garbage shows. No, it didn't. That's not totally true. It's not totally true. It's not totally true at all. That game had a kind of feel like the Gamecock Arkansas game to me.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean by that? The way that Arkansas
I don't know.
Early and it was over?
It's one team was really able to move the ball a little bit against the better team, but the better team was still like just a little bit far out ahead of the not so good team because of jumping on them early. The other one just couldn't quite come back, and and then the final score looked a little bit more lopsided than it really was. That's what I meant.
All right, so. And by the way, the head-to-head in my mind means something. All right, look, Tennessee finished 10-2. That's a great season for them. Their matchup against the Georgia Bulldogs, though, Stetson Bennett throws for 257 and 2 TDs, also ran for a TD. Hendon Hooker throws for $195 with an interception, and he ran for 17 yards. So when they were on the field together, unless you're saying that, Tennessee is shit on offense, I mean, you can have it. You can't, talk out of both sides of your mouth there. It's one way or the other. So
Mayhem Matthew says 35-7. Come on, Jackpot. You really believe UGA kept the same energy in the second half? I mean, well, they should have, right? Theoretically, under Kirby Smart. I mean, he's such a disciplined coach. I mean, he keeps the hammer down. I mean, he keeps those guys locked in for 4 quarters. Go, guys! That's what 4 quarters. We locked in. I mean, come on. I don't know. You should have kept the same energy, right?
Yeah, I mean, can you not get jacked up for the SEC championship game? I mean, I don't get that. But
I think the old fake Cajun came and developed a decent game plan in the second half. It was just too late.
Connor O'Gara asked Tennessee receiver Jalen Hyatt if the Volunteers would beat Georgia in a rematch. And he said 42-35 us with Hooker and Tillman healthy. Okay. You know what? Connor O'Gara, that would be Jalen Hyatt from Tennessee.
Well, I don't think anybody ever accused him of being bright. Again,
that would that that's what would happen. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really know how intelligent Mr. Hyatt is. So
look, and let's make sure Georgia fans over there. I didn't say that. Jalen Hyatt said that. So
Travis Roll with a great quote from Todd Ellis. Oh, we don't care. We don't care.
Fuck Todd Ellis.
No, fuck you.
Fuck Todd Ellis.
Talk about him like that.
Fuck off. You'd like, we can, sir. There's an archive.
He's a hell of a lot damn better than that wet fart y'all got.
I will not sit here and
listen
let
to
you
him.
disgrace the good goddamn name of Don Munson on this show.
He makes my ears fucking bleed.
Todd Ellis is so shitty, he has to have a day job.
No, Todd Ellis is just so in demand that he couldn't quit his day job, even though, I mean, he was offered a position at ESPN. So I've been told.
For what? To bring Chris Berman water? Not on TV.
No. He was going to do the 11 o'clock show.
Oh, Jesus. Anyway. All right. Well, Jackpot, why don't we open it up for phone calls here? We'll let some folks get into the mix here. Phone lines are open, 803-470-2905. If you want to, the stuff that we talked about this evening, have at it. Also, and actually we'll do some of this on Sunday too. What bowl game are you jacked to see that doesn't involve your team? Big Barney Ross says, brace yourselves, opting out. Quitting comments are coming.
But
says, where the F is begging Megan? I don't know. No clue.
Brandon says Todd Ellis was the last Gamecock quarterback to be drafted. Can you put in perspective how damn sad that is? How fucking sad is that?
Anthony Wright didn't get drafted. I'm not being a smartass. I thought that he did. I know that he played.
I mean,
I know
he played in the NFL. I don't know that he got drafted or not. Maybe it was somebody that was drafted in the first couple of rounds or something. First 3, I don't know. I know he played for who? The Cowboys?
Anthony Wright played for the Steelers. He played for the Cowboys, the Ravens, and the Bengals, and the Giants up until 2007. He was undrafted.
Damn,
though.
he was just a regular utility or what was it, journeyman, wasn't he?
He and I'm not saying this in a disrespectful way to Anthony Wright, but Anthony Wright was basically Charlie Whitehurst. He was all over the place.
He was like the Darrell Evans of the NFL.
Yeah, he was all over the place. Thompson says Garcia. I don't think that Garcia was drafted either. I have to look that up. Steven Garcia was not drafted, if I don't remember correctly. I think he got drafted in the CFL. I'm not throwing shade at Steven Garcia. I'm just saying I don't think that.
Papa B says, "Can Jackpot talk about Gamecock men's basketball team? You seeing improvements as the year goes on?" Well, I mean, they came back and won the game Saturday, so I mean and they were down by 11 points. Came back and won the game in overtime on the road against Georgetown. Now, and Patrick Ewing over there on the sideline for Georgetown right now. This is not the caliber of the team that Patrick Ewing played on, so it's not exactly the same as Georgetown. But I mean, when we lost to a dead president by 30 points on the previous Wednesday night, I guess it was an improvement.
Hey, caller, hold on. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. You did lose to a dead president, so that's true. Sorry, Jackpot. Caller, welcome to the program.
Hello.
Thanks for contributing absolutely nothing to the show. But enjoy the rest of it. Hopefully someone else will call and have something that's worthwhile. 803-470-2905. I don't think he's throwing for 300 yards, but we'll see.
Daddy O says Dion is going to get clipped if he keeps stealing kids and coaches. We need to talk about him.
Yeah, we do. Welcome to the program. Good evening. Okay, hello. Hello. I don't know. Peace on earth.
Is there something wrong with the phone lines?
No, you can't hear him, Jackpot? Hold on.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I can no, hold on here. Hold on just a second. Jackpot, he asked you what you wanted for Christmas. I don't know. Yeah.
Who did?
The caller asked what you wanted for Christmas, sir.
I don't know at this point. I haven't really thought about it.
All right. Well, caller, that Jackpot hasn't really thought about it yet. But what do you think?
I don't really know.
Get it, Jackpot.
Oh, I can hear him.
Yeah. Okay. So he can hear you, Jackpot. There you go.
Okay. That's okay if you don't know what you want for Christmas. You got a few days to figure it out, Jackpot. But I just have another question. So I guess Jackpot's been dealing with a 5-star recruit, been kind of toying with him, not knowing if he's committed or not, kind of acting like Zach Evans type of guy.
Yeah.
Do you have final words on the recruiting trail, specifically about that 5-star recruit?
Well, yeah, I don't take issue with the decommitment, but I take issue with the way that the decommitment was handled, and that instead of calling me or either writing me a letter and letting me know, it was just broadcast on YouTube, and I didn't even really know about it until probably 3 hours later. So at any rate, I mean, it still hurt my feelings a lot when I did find out. So it's really not like it would have mattered if I had found out sooner. But I just felt like I was owed that little bit of respect, you know. But hey, life goes on, and I'm gonna keep on hunting for that special athlete.
Welcome to the program. Oh, well, with that being said, Jackpot's going to be searching. Okay, fair enough. 803-470-2905. The number's rolling across the bottom there. Brandon says Jackpot deserves respect. Okay. Let's go back out to the phones. Welcome into the program. Good evening.
I was wondering who y'all have for Heisman this year.
I'm going to vote for Jackpot.
Jackpot.
No,
I'm voting for Jackpot.
No,
Go look up
I'm
his
not.
stats. Outstanding.
Are you being serious? Well,
I guess that made him mad. I said I was going to vote for Jackpot, and he got mad. I can vote for whoever I want. If he asked me who I had for the Heisman, I'd much rather it go to Jackpot.
did he ask you who you were going to vote for?
Yeah, he said no. He said, "Who do you got?"
I don't have a vote.
I'm just saying. I think he was implying if we did. I said if I did, I'm voting for Jackpot. There you go.
Okay. Well,
That's what was happening there. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
I think I can speak for everybody that was listening on Sunday night on the show that it's not like Jackpot necessarily was rolling out the red carpet. First of all, he didn't seem interested at all in anything I was saying. And what I said in my decommitment video was true. He basically told me there was no room for me. Is basically what he told. I mean, that is what he told me.
I agree. I do need to upgrade facilities here, and that's something I need to work on. But you had warmed
I'm
me
not
up.
Some random two-star that you can just sweep under the rug.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I understand all
strippers
that.
and cocaine, sir. If you're going to bring in that kind of recruit, we're going to need whores and heroin. Get with it, Jackpot.
I mean, honestly, I didn't even know if Jackpot thought I was serious because he really didn't have anything to say at all. I mean, I basically called you and offered me a commitment on your behalf, kind of.
Well, I mean, there's more than one way to skin a cat.
And it's funny, you want to talk about feelings. What about my feelings, sir? How do you think I felt when you were completely disinterested that I wanted to come take you to lunch? That hurt Uncle Lou's feelings.
I was not disinterested. How was I disinterested?
I mean, you were disinterested,
You
Jackpot.
didn't say anything at all.
You basically looked at Ziggy and
I was dumbfounded and just didn't know how to respond because I was so like overwhelmed with like, oh my God, that kind of like, is this really happening? And then it just gets swept out from under my feet, I mean, I do need to upgrade facilities though, and that's on me, but I could have put you up at Howard Johnson's. It's not like I wouldn't have.
Oh man. I mean, I don't think it's right that you somehow think your feelings are more important than mine, though. You don't really feel that way, do you? Aren't our feelings equal?
Well, I mean, my feelings are more important to me than your feelings are to me. Just being frank, and I'm not being a selfish bastard, but that's just the way it is.
Damn selfish to me, Jackpot. My feelings.
Because nobody's going to look out for your feelings but yourself.
All right, let's ask the wife. If Jackpot says my feelings are more important than yours, is that selfish?
That's when I stopped speaking to you.
Yeah, that's when she stopped speaking. So you need to apologize. I think you should apologize to Uncle Lou. I really do.
No, I'm not looking for an apology. My recruitment is a business matter, not a personal matter. So, I mean, I'm not looking for any types of apologies. And let's be real. I'm still looking to possibly at some time in the future take an official visit to the Greenville area, to the Jackpot area.
Fair enough.
Well, if that offer were to get on the table at some point in the future.
Well, let me promise this: if I don't have the facilities upgraded by that time, would you allow me? Because I think the Howard Johnsons might be closed down. In fact, I think it might have closed down in 1991. But we do have a really nice Best Western. I know that's across the bridge, about 10 minutes away, and we could definitely hook you up with a room or two there.
Now you're speaking my language, and you wouldn't even have to put me up. I would put my own self up. I actually just appreciate it that you actually are going to all this effort to even make suggestions, which is way more than you did the other day when you were just basically like, yeah, we can go to McDonald's or whatever you said.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong
No.
with that either.
No, that's that.
I mean,
I'm the one
Tennessee did it.
I mentioned McDonald's, and I said that if you took him to McDonald's, he'd probably put out. That's what I said. Jackpot
Yeah,
was thinking
well,
something
Well,
else.
did you hear what I said? There's nothing wrong with going to McDonald's. Tennessee went to McDonald's quite a few times.
yeah, that's true. You make a good point. Let me move on to something else real quick. These Tennessee people, it doesn't, whether they have a point about Stetson Bennett or not, that's not the point. These people are outraged about something different every other day. These Tennessee people. For a team that went 10-2 and has had their best season in 24 years, to be this mad all season long is hilarious. They're mad they're not as good as Georgia. They're mad they can't beat Georgia. They're mad they had to play on the road at Georgia. They're mad they had to play on the road at South Carolina. They're mad they're ranked behind Alabama. They're mad they're not going to the Sugar Bowl. They're mad because they thought they had to go to the Cotton Bowl. They're mad Hendon Hooker ain't winning the Heisman. Hello? He plays for Tennessee, dummy. Tennessee players don't win Heismans. They're not good enough. This really doesn't have anything to do with Stetson Bennett or Hendon Hooker. They're still mad because Peyton Manning wasn't wasn't good enough to win a natty, and Stetson Bennett is. Peyton Manning didn't win the Heisman. They're still mad. That's what this is about. They're constantly mad. They're they're outraged. It's outrage culture gone wild. These Tennessee fans wake up in the morning mad and then figure out the reason after they log on to Twitter. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're mad. The Peyton didn't win the national championship, and then his backup turned around and took all those same players the next year and won the damn thing.
I wonder how pissed off they're going to be when
Unbelievable.
Clemson wins the Orange Bowl. I mean, they're the quote Big Orange, right? And Clemson goes and wins the Orange Bowl. I wonder how pissed off they're going to be.
I'm not sure that's happening, but
Well, we'll see. I mean, hey, well, welcome to the program. Good evening.
Well, guess what? We get to play the Tater Man.
Good for you.
Mhm.
Here's the thing on that, and I'm gonna stick by this until at least we get a little bit closer to the game. None of us can realistically say how that game is going to show out because we don't know who's going to be there to play. We really don't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in my mind, fuck Tennessee forever, but in reality, I don't know. I don't know if Clemson's going to be playing with their third string offensive line. I have no clue. I have no clue what Tennessee's going to have out there. And no realistic fan does, by the way. I mean, you could sit here and throw all this bullshit out there, but in reality,
Rob's setting himself up for disappointment if you don't.
No, I've already said I'm going on the record. I want Clemson to win. I think they can win. It's not like we're gonna go out onto the field and they're gonna treat us like they treated Vanderbilt or like how South Carolina treated them. It's not like they're gonna come out and score 63 points on us. That's not fucking gonna happen. So no, I'm not buying that at all. So yeah, I mean, look, Clemson can win that game. Clemson's actually favored. Las Vegas thinks Clemson's going to win that game. So there's that too.
By 4.
Yeah, they're favored by 4 points. And look, Vegas wasn't built by making bad decisions. Can Clemson lose? Yeah, Clemson can lose. I mean, it's this to say that they couldn't is silly because I don't know who's going to be out there. I really don't.
Yeah. What are they saying about Will Shipley? Like, is he leaving?
I don't think I haven't heard anything about Will Shipley leaving. Pigskin Pete's in the chat, but maybe he's heard something I haven't. I haven't heard.
Is there a rumor that he's leaving?
Yeah, like I was hearing rumors. Apparently, he might transfer out or something. I don't know how true that is, but I was hearing apparently he might transfer.
He has not entered the transfer portal yet, so there's that.
I think that poor kid's probably stuck on dumb.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not shitting on what you say you heard on Twitter, but I think with the folks that I
Shit.
know that are up there, I think I would have heard something. by
You're
this
not
point.
twitting. You're not twitting on what he heard on Shitter.
Is that what I said? I thought I said I'm not shitting what you heard on Twitter. I thought that's what I said.
You did. I was just making a funny on it. Damn it.
Oh well, fuck!
Yeah.
Damn it! I ruined Jackpot's line. It's late. My bad, Jackpot.
But you know, like for example, with Tennessee, there's two players that we're expected not to play, and that's Byron Young and Jeremy Banks on defense. Because I think Byron Young's already accepted his thing for the Senior Bowl. He still might play. Like, he's not come out and said, "Oh, I'm not going to play." And same thing with Jeremy Banks. We're just expecting them not to. And you know, the question is going to be, how is Joe Milton going to look? Because from what I've been hearing is that if Joe Milton looks bad, like if he looks like the old Joe Milton from last year, then they're going to probably go hit in the portal. And I've been hearing that they might try to go get Sam Hartman from Wake Forest.
Devin Leary, by the way, from NC State is in the mix, and there was talk that he was like a French Heisman candidate, but who knows at this point.
Well, I heard that I thought Nico Makalama was the second coming.
Nico Maliava.
That sounds right.
Yeah, it's just I don't want him to get rushed. That's all it is. I want him to come in when he's ready. I'm afraid of him getting rushed up and his confidence getting killed.
We'll see.
Who knows? I mean, we'll find out next year. But like I said, I expect it to be a hell of a game.
I don't look, and I think it'll be an entertaining game. And let's be honest. There's going to, I mean, Clemson will have, I think, obviously, Klubnik's going to play from the ACC championship game. Klubnik should have started that game anyway. No one's going to tell me
he should have been playing way before.
I'm talking about just for the season that's
yeah,
ahead.
No, they would have probably beat South Carolina if he'd been playing before, right?
Stop it, Jackpot. All I'm saying is,
no, he's serious. They probably would have.
Nah, I doubt that, man. Okay.
And that's the thing, Jackpot, he's probably sitting over there laughing like, "Ha ha, you two piece of shit teams. I kick both your asses. We'll get to see who wins the lost to South Carolina Bowl."
It's the Beamers Bitches Bowl.
Yeah, that's what Jackpot calls it. Is the Beamers Bitches Bowl. But look, Clemson will have a good bit. They'll have their receivers from this year, with the exception of Nagata. On the defensive line, they should have some folks there as well. I don't know, man. It just depends on who's there. Hey, man, caller, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, super chats really quick here. Big Barney Ross says, "Do you think South Carolina missed a golden opportunity to hire Scott Satterfield as their OC?" Thank you for that, sir.
And, we missed the opportunity to hire him as coach a few years ago.
Yeah, he lied about interviewing there. Fuck that guy. Uncle Lou says, "I'd consider an official visit to Columbia if Rob promises to take me to California Dreaming in the old train station, and he has to wear sleeves the whole time that I'm there." Look, I mean, what'd you say?
I saw Rob wearing sleeves when we went to the baseball game. He wore a T-shirt, and he also wore sleeves when we did the live show last year. And like him wearing sleeves is almost like he was naked, if that makes any sense to you.
I think Brock's right with that. That's a tough ask. We may have to negotiate there on that. I mean, I love the salad at California Dreaming, so we could go there. Why not?
And I'm not being silly, because is that still open?
Yeah, it's in the rail station that's down there. It's right in the heart of South Carolina's campus. Look, if you go, if all that happens,
Assembly Street.
Yeah,
is it still on Assembly Street?
Yeah, by the liquor store. Welcome
the ghetto
to the
liquor
program.
store or the regular one?
No, the Greens, the big super everything's ghetto on the South Carolina campus, but the Greens. What? There's nothing down there but fucking trains and shit and a Sonic. There's nothing appealing about that fucking campus. You know that. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Ladies, it has been a while. Been on a crazy work schedule. I apologize for not calling in.
Someone requested
So,
your presence
hold on,
earlier.
hold on. So crazy work schedule, or you were in a monastery just hoping that Stetson Bennett would get you to the playoffs.
I don't know who this Stetson Bennett is you speak of.
Well, he's a national championship winning quarterback for the University of Georgia, but I guess a Texas A&M fan like you doesn't know who that is. So,
yeah, I tuned in just in time to hear Jackpot describing what you look like naked. Please,
no,
can someone
you're
explain?
missing things. He said that if I wear shirts, it's like I'm being naked. That's what he's implying.
Okay, well, I'll have to take his word.
Meaning that it's kind of strange and shocking and kind of bold to see it all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of that might have been far too kind to picturing a man there naked. But listen, I heard you guys mentioning Satterfield. I do want you to know, Jackpot, if Satterfield found himself on the sideline in Athens, Kirby would turn that man into a genius. He'd be winning awards left and right. That's what he does.
Well, you know what? We have
Scott Satterfield or what was Marcus Satterfield?
You know what? I'm going to give Kirby Smart credit because he took a notion from Nick Saban and he took in bastard pieces of shit coaches and he turned them into decent coaches. Maybe that's what he's trying to do there. That's why he got Will Muschamp, destroyer of 2 SEC programs. So yeah, Kirby Smart's trying to find the Nick Saban way. So good for him for mentoring coaches that aren't worth a fuck.
Yeah, well, you know what? If my team were the third best team in the ACC, I'd be bitter too, Rob. Now I know you just want a so-called championship, but we all know that was not legit.
I'm sorry, they didn't lose an ACC game all year and they won the championship. So I mean, if you want to just sit around and spin lies all night, then that's fine.
I want to interject a fun fact that I read a while ago, and I didn't even realize this, but it's true. Do you know that Clemson is the only team in the playoff era in Power 5 to go undefeated in their conference and not make the playoffs?
Yep, that's a cross that we bear.
Yeah, I did misspeak there, Rob, and I apologize. I forgot that South Carolina was not in the ACC. That was my fault.
Well, South Carolina generally plays like a SoCon team, so I can understand why you don't realize that they're in the SEC. I can understand that. Things happen. People get upset.
So next question: where did I wind up in the Pick'ems contest?
Dead fucking last. You've seen the standings. You are dead fucking last. 0 for 190 or whatever the hell it was. You were fucking terrible. Congratulations, sir. By the way, we normally give a golden.
You didn't even get the first question where you write your name right.
Right. You didn't even that's like the SAT. You get a 400 if you write your name. I had to write your name for you, and that means you get fucking nothing. We normally give a golden penis, and this is not a joke. Mike Muse from Callaway's won it last year. I didn't buy one this year, but if you get into the Pick'em contest for next year and you finish dead fucking last, you will get a golden penis trophy shipped to you. Not a joke. It's sitting at Callaway's bar.
It's lifelike too. I've seen it before. I mean, it actually, no lie. I mean, it's shaped just like. I mean, it even has veins.
Yeah, it's a penis.
Rob,
not a joke.
Something tells me I'm gonna have to pry that golden penis out of your cold dead hands.
You better. Shit. I mean, I mean, you don't have the. I got nothing. Fuck off, Peg and Megan. You got me.
So I've got an idea for a line of Carolina Jackpot merchandise, some shirts. One of them does involve the golden penis, about Peg and Megan having it on lockdown. The other, I would love a. What does Carolina call their colors? Shit and dark shit. What are your colors, JP?
Garnet and black.
Garnet and black, yeah, same thing. I would love a garnet and black T-shirt that says "Snatch lowers cholesterol," and then
Yo, I would wear a Snatch lowers cholesterol T-shirt. We should. I've been telling Jackpot that I want to start a store for this program, and I haven't done it yet. And the wife tells me that too. because there's other things that we can put out there that Jackpot said too that's really funny, but that's definitely one of them. Snatch lowers your cholesterol.
So, and I want to speak from experience here. Anybody who, during the heat of the summer or maybe a couple of months from now, you get to missing football season, send that man a link to some live streams he did this year, because they were the absolute most golden, funniest things on YouTube concerning college football. Best YouTuber in the nation. Guys, hey, I'll let you go. I got to run.
All right, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you.
My favorite Jackpot stream that the one where he was having a battle with his Christmas tree.
That's still up. That was last year's Carolina Clemson game, I think.
That's just funny as shit. It's funny as shit. And by the way, for folks over there, I will make sure for the Pick'em Challenge for next season, we will have a golden penis trophy. And if you finish dead last, that's what you will get.
That was a classic live stream. Let me do a reenactment of what I did. Like I don't know. Like during one of the Will Shipley touchdown run, I took a magazine and I really abused this magazine. I took it. And I was like,
no, that was great, but the best part was you stand like it's like you knocked over like you were fighting with the Christmas tree.
Look, they were making fun of the tree, and we got curtains behind it, and it's like a tri-curtain, and I was pulling them out and kind of trying to slide the tree back so I could take these curtains and kind of cover the tree up and maybe loop them around the tree a little bit to hold it there so they couldn't see it. And I had it steady. I was like, there you go. Now you can't make fun of it. And all of a sudden, the curtains just like fell off of it. And boom, the tree again.
Yeah, pretty funny. All right, caller, go ahead. What you got? Caller, go. That would be you, caller. Speak. Hello, Mr. 208 area code. Go. Or don't. I don't know what happened to him there, Jackpot. All right, 803-470-2905. Let's see here.
Uncle Lou says Jackpot can turn red faster than any human being on. But yeah, I can go from snowman to beat in like 0.10 seconds.
Very good. Caller, welcome to the program. Thank you for contributing to the show with absolutely nothing. 803.
These people can't even operate a phone. What the fuck is wrong with them?
I don't know. I mean, the phone lines work. We haven't messed with them. So 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905.
And people can sit here and text and play on their thing and download dozens of apps on their cell phone, but you just ask them to speak into a phone on a radio show and they can't do it. It's ridiculous.
Somebody was telling me the other day about, and I use Pigskin Pete as an example. He gives people the StreamYard link and lets them come in that route. I like the idea of I don't give a shit who's calling. I don't need to screen you out. Just fucking call. Like, let's see, who is this person?
Jerry Wells said Jackpot is going to Duke's Mayo Bowl. Any advice on eating in Charlotte? Yeah, I mean, if you're going to Charlotte, just stay away from any place that has bars on the windows. You should be fine.
Yeah. Caller, what do you got?
Yeah, I just have one question. Jackpot, will that golden penis give you a golden shower?
No, it's
yes.
People are upset with I mean, see, people are going to compete for the golden penis now. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
We've been doing a lot better if you turn down your monitor back there, buddy. But what you got for the show?
Okay, hang on a second. I just wanted to holler at Jackpot and tell him I'm a huge fan of his, but I sure enjoy his content. And I'm also a Tennessee fan.
Thank you, sir.
There you go.
What's your name?
Hey, Jackpot?
Yes, sir.
Jackpot, are you there? Hey, have you ever been live to a Tennessee-South Carolina game?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, how long have you been keeping up with all this nonsense?
What?
I mean, I was there in '92. Was you at that game?
No, I wasn't at that one. I watched it though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean that was brutal for Tennessee fans. I mean, not as brutal as what happened a couple of weeks ago, but you guys have been. You guys have been a thorn in their side for a while because '92 ended majors, and then 2008 ended former.
Yeah, well, Tennessee messed up our season in 2013 when we should have won the SEC East, but didn't because Steve Spurrier doesn't know how to use his timeouts. But that's okay.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, anyway, I just wanted to holler at you and say I sure enjoy your stuff, man.
Thank you, brother.
All right, thank you, sir.
Uncle Lou says, yeah, who could forget that 1992 Tennessee versus South Carolina? Yeah, I'll give you a brief synopsis on it. We won by 1 point. They went for 2 instead of kicking an extra point because you couldn't have overtime back then. And we stopped them. And Todd Ellis on the radio said, oh, we don't care. We don't care.
Okay. Miss Pete says she loves the painting of the old Cooper River Bridge in the background. Thank you, Miss Pete, for watching the show. We appreciate you.
Rob told me one time he was going to let me have that, but then it fell through.
Oh, wait a minute. I promised you the painting over here. I don't remember doing that, but
you did. You said I could get.
Okay.
All right,
like
you was going to get me a reprint.
Were we drinking? Because I don't remember that. All right, let's go back to the phones. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hello.
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 Hello, am I on?
Yeah, sure.
Hello.
Hello. It'd be a lot better, Uncle Lou, if you actually turned up your monitor and you could hear yourself talking. That would be better. So there's that. Let's go back out to the phones. All right, well, maybe not. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. If you'd like to join us here on the program. Billy says he's been under that bridge many times when he was a kid in the Navy in 74 to 77. Man, damn, you're old, Billy. We'll pick at you.
Travis says that it was the legendary Bob Fulton. I know it was. I just wanted to do the.
We repeat Todd Ellis. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care.
Oh, we don't care. We don't care. I guess this year, they actually did cycle out. So, I mean, he wasn't necessarily wrong. He just said it about 5 years too early.
Fair enough. Ray Bob says he lived under a bridge once. That's true. Okay. If that's true, okay. Anyway.
I fished under one once.
Cool. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. As we take some calls here. If you would like to join the program. Jackpot on Sunday, we're going to talk about the bowl game that you want to watch that doesn't involve your team and isn't a CFP game. Because I've already picked mine out. Because everybody's going to watch the CFP. And you're going to watch your team. But is there another bowl that you're looking at? You're like, I want to watch that game. I've got mine picked out. So there's that. Marcus Satterfield said he had sex under a bridge once. No, sir, I don't think that was a bridge. I think that was in prison, which is where you should go for stealing money from South Carolina, because that's what you did for 2 years. Fuck off. You're stealing money. You stole money, Marcus Satterfield. Get the fuck out of here.
He did every time he cashed a damn paycheck.
Yeah. Fucking whoever had to do that in accounting, man, I gotta send this motherfucker.
Brock Lee says, I think Megan Mullen would love to have the Golden Penis Trophy. That's something we haven't approached that here on the show. And look, so like I guess he said on Sirius XM radio, I guess Dan Mullen was giving an interview on there the other day, which is like I guess is that the only medium that will carry him now. But anyway, on Sirius XM, he said they're going to hire a great offensive coordinator. It's just not going to be me. Okay, well, you know what? I mean, I didn't really want that fucktard anyway. Yeah, he's a good offensive mind in that, but I mean, how many millions would they have had to shell out for his damn services? And who's to say that he'd be able to do anything more than what Marcus Satterfield did? Then he'll go dress up like fucking Darth Vader. I mean, Shane Beamer's not going to go for that. I'm sorry. He's not. I mean, what Star Wars character would Shane Beamer dress up like? If Mullen dressed up with his Darth Vader costume on.
Well, Shane Beamer would be young Anakin Skywalker. He wouldn't. He's not going to be. Yeah, that's who he would be. He wouldn't be Darth Vader. He'd be young Anakin. That's what Shane Beamer would be.
Yoda.
Yoda. No, that's Pete Limbo. Or Yoda's probably Billy in the chat. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hey, Rob and Kale. I got a question for Jackpot real quick. I know he just recently got a decommit from Greenville. What does he have to say about that? I heard he's going to the Somerville, Charleston area. Do you have any comments on that, Jackpot?
Well, I mean, I kind of was kind of shocked by the news last night. But you know, I'm going to continue to plug away. I mean, all I can do is go out and try to find another recruit. Probably not going to give me as much fulfillment as this one, but you know, I guess second best is better than nothing left.
All right, caller.
Leaves a raw taste in my mouth.
Hey, I love the show. Love the show, guys. Keep it up.
Appreciate it. All right. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. Billy says, Kale, don't do sleepovers. Miss Pete invited.
Yeah, my name's not Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah. Miss Pete invited you down.
I mean, really, though, you can't make fun of him that much anymore, can you?
Yeah, I can. He's a fucking joke. He told his team not to eat chicken because it was a foul bird. He slept overnight with a kicker at his house. The motherfucker's weird, Jackpot.
Well, he's weird, but he's going to the playoffs and that.
Well, that's fine. Miss Pete says you should come down to Somerville. Are you going to accept that or not?
I don't know.
T-shirt for you.
I don't know.
Jerome says you can't leave your recliner. That's not nice, sir. That's not nice at all.
He's not totally wrong. I mean, it needs someone to babysit it. You remember the other week it said it needed someone to spread hot butter on it.
Yeah, I mean your recliner is it has a filthy mouth. It needs to. You got to make sure that something's there to take care of it. So I can understand that. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905.
Uncle Lou says Pete is letting me sleep in his armadillo trap in his backyard. Damn it! Did you know that we've got those things in the upstate, man? There was something dead in the road when I was working the other day.
Uncle Lou's or gophers? What are you talking about? Or the armadillos? Which
armadillos? There was something weird but dead, right? Almost in the edge of the road, like almost in the grass, but not quite. It was still on the pavement. And I slowed down to look, and the tail was long and scaly. And I said, and then there's this big nasty shell over here and a big pile of blood. I'm like, good God, that's a damn armadillo. How's that thing doing up here?
I don't know. Looking for your house. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Not been.
Hey, Rob. Remember the score is 31-30.
Okay, sir.
I also saw a dead coyote on the side of the interstate the other day. That's a sight you don't see a lot.
Jackpot, you should just have like your own like roadkill cafe with all this dead shit you're finding.
Yeah, right. I mean, I should just do videos like riding around, just showing you what I've discovered on the side of the road. Snakes. I mean, foxes.
You should go from beginning to end. You take, like, if you get said armadillo, you scoop it up and then you bring it home and you have the missus cook it, and then you talk about whether she was fast with it. What is it? What's the Jackpot rating system? I can't remember. But put the roadkill to the test there. See if the
spat scale.
Yeah. See how the missus does with the roadkill. That could be good.
That's just weird. I don't want to eat it. I just thought it was. How did we get stuck on this? Talking about eating the roadkill. I was just talking about the fact that I didn't know there were armadillos up here, and then all of a sudden we're turning into talking about her boiling up a dead coyote.
Not dead coyote. We were talking about the armadillo. You should have her cook the armadillo. Just trying to help with food costs, sir. The economy's crazy.
No, I think it'd probably be tough. Kind of like nickel steak.
I bet the missus can make a good armadillo. I think she would do just fine. You should have more faith in her.
Yeah, but you have to have a live one and shoot it, and then dress it down like you would a deer, and then do it properly. I mean, you wouldn't want to. I mean, you wouldn't cut up and eat venison that you found from a dead deer on the side of the road. That was just nasty. I had a guy that wanted me one time. I hit a deer on the way to work years and years ago when I lived in Union, South Carolina, or worked in Union, South Carolina. I'm sorry, I didn't live there. But one of the guys that worked for me in the meat department was asking me where the damn dead deer was located at, because he was going to go pick the damn thing up and take it to the damn processing plant. That's disgusting.
Where's
Can't
Big
do
Barney
that.
Ross? Big Barney Ross could tell us like whether or not it's good to eat an armadillo or not. He's probably shot 4 or 5 of those this morning. Wouldn't surprise me. Need Big Barney Ross to help us with that because he knows. All right, Jackpot. By the way, we got to get into the Callaway's Bowl Challenge. I'm gonna put it in the comments, or I'll put it in the actual description. I think I can do that. Either way, I'll comment it in the I'll add it here in just a second. But hey, get into that. $20. You could win a pretty good sized pot, Jackpot, right?
Oh yeah. Well, it all depends on you guys. I mean, how big the pot will be. Joe D says there are rats all over New York. Well, I'm sure they are. I mean, they put their garbage out in the street in the evening.
Yeah. All right. So I'm posting the link right now. Make sure you get into that. There you go. Should be in the link.
Have you ever been to New York City, Rob?
Yeah, once. That's not really my cup of tea.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's weird. I mean, that's what they do though. At like 5 o'clock in the evening, everybody takes their garbage in the bags. They just pile it up on in the curb, and then the sanitation truck comes around overnight on third shift and it picks it up and they spray water and clean the streets because I mean nobody has dumpsters. I mean they can't. I mean there's no room for them anywhere. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's to each his own on that, but I like living on top of each other. Like I don't know if I want to do that. That sounds
it's a cool place to visit.
Yeah, well, Big Barney Ross does no armadillo meat for me, but Texas has smoking armadillos and mini barbecue shacks. I just thought that Big Barney Ross may have killed 4 or 5
Like
of
the
those.
armadillo is what, smoking a cigarette or
no, like they smoke it.
What?
No, they like smoke it, like barbecue it or some shit. I don't know.
He didn't say Texas has smoked armadillo in the barbecue sack. Said they have smoking armadillos.
Well, maybe he's right. Maybe they're rolling some joints in there. Who knows? That's a good point. So there's
says we way out of here. Gamecock's program is shit and always will be. The program is a joke and will never accomplish anything. No athletes want to play for that shit ass program. Jackpot will never in his life see a natty.
Who fucking said that?
Mr. We way out here over in the comment section. Wasted probably, I don't know, 30 to 45 seconds of his life typing up some dribble.
Let's go back out to the phones one more time. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
I would love to hear the explanation. No one wants to come to Carolina when we have the number 1 athlete in the country, 5-star Nicholas Harbor, who wants to come play for our program. And I'm guessing that's a Tennessee Clemson fan. Go Cox.
Go Cox.
That's
Ross
a great
Duncan says, I'm Jackpot. I'm in Easley. Do you go there often? No, I used to work over there for about 5 years, but I haven't been to Easley in a while.
Caller, go ahead.
It's Big Barney Ross. I want to get your opinion on the transfer portal, NIL, and opting out. Do you think this is going to turn into the equivalent of what, really hurt college basketball with the one and dones? I mean, basketball is slowly evolving away from that, where they realize you got to have chemistry, to compete every year. Like football, you get a bunch of guys that's just in it for the money. And you're always going to have a different group, a core nucleus that may not have the greatest chemistry in the world. Now, South Carolina had some good chemistry this year. If they can keep that next year, you guys can wind up second in the East. But I'll get off here and listen to what you say.
Well, thank you, Big Barney Ross. And, my thing with you on that.
I mean, I don't want to finish second. I want to finish first.
Yeah, there you go. He wants to finish first, but you would think that John Calipari, who's been paying players forever and ever at Kentucky, would give a class to Coach Stoops there so he could learn to do the same thing and learn to get one-hit wonders and guys that are only there for a year. I mean, he's like Project Zero on that, right? So
yeah, I mean, I'm sure he could give a professional class on how to be a douchebag.
Of course he could. He could also tell you how to get what does he get? $9 million from Kentucky to not have a postseason press conference when St. Peter's beats that ass.
Yeah,
it's a lot. If you lose to St. Peter's, you should at least have a press conference saying, "Okay, we suck," and take the beating from the media for 10 minutes, and then you can take your $9 million and go to Cozumel like you did.
I mean, Coach K did it. I mean, he gave a press conference like congratulations to Mercer or whoever it was. They shit the bed against that time. They shit the bed a lot. So
the Mercer team beat a Duke team with Kyrie Irving on it. Brandon with some lies tonight. Rob would love Calipari if he was the Clemson coach. No, I can't stand John Calipari. I cannot stand him. Can't stand that dude. I'm sorry. Daddy-O says Kentucky, Iowa over and under is 31. Take the under. You might be right. You might be right.
He says Todd Ellis is the worst play-by-play guy I've ever heard. I know, my God, I know you.
Yeah, comment from I think I've got the what is it? Todd Ellis says he doesn't care. He doesn't care what you think.
He's probably one of the best. I mean, just when I just hear his voice, like I want to do a live stream. Like I want to be able to do my live stream one night where I can turn the phone around, turn the volume down on the game, have the game being broadcast on the live stream while people can watch my reaction. Then I can have Todd Ellis turn up full volume because I'm not going to get hit with a copyright thing for that, I don't think. But they're not in sync though. I mean, the Todd Ellis is at least 15 to 30 seconds ahead of the TV. So.
Bo Hunting says South Carolina, that's the most important thing right now, and that's confidence. If that carries over into next year, there'll be a handful. You might be right.
Joe
Billy
D says one of the bowl picks have to be December 16th, I think he said.
December the 16th is the cutoff. The first game's at 11:30. So have your stuff in, and you'll be good to go on that. All right. Jackpot, you got anything else you want to go over, man? Oh, well, let's take one more call since they're calling here. This is probably, I bet this caller's awesome. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
I have a question for Jackpot. Jackpot, do you think Shane Beamer has more of a ceiling than Steve Spurrier did while he was here? And I have one more question. I'll get off and listen to y'all. But what's y'all's opinion on the Notre Dame Carolina game? Go Cox.
Okay, first, what did he say about Shane Beamer and
he said,
Steve
does
Spurrier?
Shane Beamer have an opportunity to have a higher ceiling than Steve Spurrier had at South Carolina?
That's going to be tough.
Yes, because he's young. And if they give him time, the short answer is yes, just because he's young, right?
Yeah. I mean, only losing 2 games a year for 3 years in a row, it's going to be a tough feat to, accomplish and beat. But I mean, it could be he could have a longer run of sustained success there. I think He's just got to get the right coaching staff together. So that's what it's all about: getting the right coaching staff together and keeping them there and keeping it coherent. And then he said something about the Notre Dame South Carolina matchup. Look, I'll do the Rob cop-out answer. I don't know who's going to be playing. No, I'm just kidding.
I said point blank. I think Clemson's going to win. So,
I think if South Carolina can figure out some way in those 15 or 16 practices, whatever it is that they get before the bowl, to stop the Notre Dame run game, stack the box, figure out how to make whoever the hell is going to be playing quarterback for them beat them through the air with no Michael Mayer, who's hit the transfer portal, then I think South Carolina should be able to beat them. I mean, Notre Dame does not impress me. I mean, hell, they lost to Marshall, barely beat Cal. They lost to Stanford, for God's sake. They ain't that
lost
good.
to the tree. Yeah, the other
They
thing
lost.
is
They lost to the tree. Another team that fired their coach. So yeah, I think South Carolina should be able to beat them.
Well, they're not going to have their starting quarterback either. He hit the transfer portal, so
he hit the transfer portal. He wasn't even any good. So
yeah, so if he's the best that they had, and he wasn't really that fucking good. So
did you say what's up? What's the deal with how many times can you get into the transfer portal? I mean, is it just unlimited now? Because is JT Daniels winning the transfer portal again? What is he like? 30?
I mean, he's 35. First of all, let's get that correct, and it'll be his fourth team in 4 years, basically. I think that's how it works.
I mean, he's went from Southern Cal to Georgia to West Virginia to now he's going to go somewhere else. And what part of the country? He hasn't been up north. He needs to transfer up to the northeast. So maybe he hit Syracuse. I don't know. Maybe Buffalo.
Will you wear a JT Daniels Gamecock jersey if he comes here?
No, because I don't wear jerseys. But I might say that somebody else's was cool or something.
Yeah. All right. Well, we appreciate you guys. We'll be back at it on Sunday, where we'll talk about some bowl games and whatever else comes. We didn't even talk about Deion Sanders. Damn it.
Yeah. Somebody here, they said Jason Brown was a Gamecocks quarterback, was back in the portal. He's going to be doing that spin move for somebody else. That'd be his fourth team in as many years too, right? Fourth team in 5 years.
He's the Will Muschamp of quarterbacks. He's just destroyed 2 programs basically, and he's going to go somewhere else.
With Coach Prime. I don't know what to make of this dude. I mean, with his what was it he said? Told them all says I got my own luggage. It's Louis. I'm bringing Louis with me. So y'all need to hit that portal and get. I mean, what? Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's okay to, I guess, go in there with brass balls. And look, I mean, I kind of look at something like that, like, you know, you better be pretty certain that what you're going to be bringing in is actually going to come, okay? And you also better be certain that it's actually better than what you've got, because I mean, what kind of evaluation is it? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what makes him great. I mean, I really don't. I mean, he played like the most taffy schedule in Division I. He won a bunch of games with a bunch of good talent, but I don't know.
I look, the whole thing with him there, I don't know if that's going to work or not. I mean, we'll see. I mean, he's brought to coaching what he had on the field, where it was just over the top marketing himself, and you know, I saw the press conference where he was there, and he had his son there with him, and his son is going from a school where he was comfortable at to now you're going to Colorado. You could tell his son was like, man, this is some bullshit. I'd rather be down in Mississippi than going back up to Colorado. The look on his face was just like, oh, damn it. What a mess that is. So, yeah.
It just doesn't seem like a real, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a fit from a cultural standpoint to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see where that goes, but if he can get players to come there, which he hasn't had issues doing that. The big thing though is if you look at, he's getting like a $5 million assistant pool, which is it's like one of the highest in the conference. So, he'll have money to go and get guys as far as assistant coaches, etc. I just wonder what's going to happen if he goes like, let's say that he gets some players.
Well, he named for his offensive coordinator. He's named as his OC, the guy who just got fired from his job at Kent State as the head coach. So we're taking Kent State leftovers, Kent State cast-offs to be the offensive coordinator at a Power 5 program. Great start there, buddy. Great start.
I mean, he's got to get somebody to go there, but the crazy, I just don't know. And I think Josh Pate said this on his show. How's he going to do when he loses games? Because first of all, he's probably going to turn over 75% of that roster, but you're still going to have growing pains anyway. They went 1-11 last season.
Yeah, they won one game.
Play out of their minds and they win 4 games, but 4 games gets you jack shit. I wonder how he's going to act when that happens. So
it's like, whoa, you improved from 1 win to 4 wins. Well, no, I mean, he's already set the bar for himself so damn high that there's no way that he's going to be able to reach said bar. Just not.
Yeah. All right. Well, Glenn says he'll be playing TCU the first game next year. We'll find out early. Yeah.
Papa B says Luke Fickell left for more money. He left for, to go to Wisconsin. He says so did Brom. So Brom left to Purdue.
Yeah. So Brom decided, hey, I'm going to leave Purdue and go to Louisville. What the hell is that all about?
Well, that's where he's a Louisville.
He played quarterback there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. And then where did Satterfield go? Satterfield went to Cincinnati, right?
Satterfield went to Cincinnati, and Louisville's playing Cincinnati in their bowl game.
What a shithole! Are you serious?
Yeah, so he left Louisville and went to a Power 5 program, which Cincinnati's not. I mean, a non-Power 5 program. Cincinnati's is going to be Power 5 next year, though. Not next year, the year after. I think they're going to the Big 12, so it's a Power 5 job. So it's a lateral move, but they're playing each other in a bowl game.
So, but man, damn Louisville, I must suck to be you to think, you know what? I'm gonna leave. Our coach is gonna leave here and go to Cincinnati. Like, what the fuck is that all about? I don't even know, man. That's crazy. All right, Jackpot. It's been a good show, man. We'll talk to you guys on Sunday. Thank you for tuning in this evening. You can also download this show as a podcast. Search it out. It's Rob and Kale Show. We had a record number this year, folks, that downloaded the podcast. So thank you for that. And with that, I think we're done. You guys have a great weekend.
Thank you.